I have had so many people tell me, you don't understand. If a plant even sees me coming toward it, it starts to die immediately. Hi, I'm Lynn. Welcome to my goat shed life. I live in what used to be this abandoned old goat shed, leaving people to wonder, what in the world is that old gal up to now? I can absolutely assure you that plants do not have a personal grudge against you. And today I have what I call 5 P's for making friends with plants. And you too can have a green thumb. So come on, let's get started. The first one is absolutely practice. Most people don't just wake up one morning and become the best gardener in the world, in the same way that nobody wakes up in the morning and is a concert pianist or paints like Rembrandt. All of those things take practice. You have to practice. And I think about it, and we talk about how doctors practice medicine and lawyers practice law. The way I look at it, gardeners practice gardening. I personally have been growing things for probably around 40 years now. So I have some experience with it. Also, about 30 years ago, I took a master gardener class. It can be trial and error. The beauty of it now is, though, if we don't know what we're doing, we can always Google it, right? The second P I want to talk to you about today is preparedness. In other words, I've seen people, and probably have done it myself, the sun comes out and you run to Home Depot and you're going to grab a tube of caulk and you come home with a wheelbarrow filled with plants. And when you get home, then you have to decide where you're going to put them. And that's really kind of getting the cart before the horse, which I have to tell you, I'm an expert when it comes to getting the cart before the horse. But you come home with a wheelbarrow full of plants and you don't know where you're going to put them. Your ground's not prepared to plant them. You might have had flower beds last year that all weeded over and everything else. It's better instead to look at a spot, whether it be inside your house because you want to get yourself a house plant, or outside for a flower bed, or even for a garden, and say, okay, for this I'm going to need this, 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 and this. Because otherwise, what I have found is I buy these things, I bring them home, they sit there, and indeed they came to die because 3 months later I still don't have them in the ground. So being prepared ahead of time is really important. So that was 2, right? The next one is patience. Come on, guys, I'll show you something. I planted these lavender seeds, which, as you can see, have become very teeny tiny plants, and I planted them back on 9/30. There's 3 different kinds of lavender. They obviously are not very fast growing. And I'm the kind of person that comes out every single day and looks at them to see if maybe, just maybe, the seed has germinated yet. The next P is perseverance. I don't know if anybody remembers the old Indian from the outlaw Josie Wells. His name in the movie was Lone Waddy, and he said that they were to endeavor to persevere. And I think about that a lot. And basically, if you fail, you just gotta try again. I have lettuce seed where I saved some seed from the Drunken Woman frizzy lettuce. I have reseeded this bed with lettuce seed 3 times. And I've got 1 Drunken Woman frizzy head lettuce. And I sure don't see any others coming up. Sometimes you just have to try and try again until you get it right. Oh, pansies, aren't they gorgeous? I'm sorry, rabbit trail. This is not one of the P's. The 5th P is actually pick. What? It's the plant that you pick. Pick something that's easy. And as you are able to grow something, you will find that you will become more confident. And as you become more confident in yourself, and your ability to actually grow something, then you will begin to really love it and perhaps want to go on to do more. Hey, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell, ding-a-ling, so you'll get notifications of my future antics. We have a lot of fun here at the Goat Shed. So become a shedhead. All you have to do is subscribe. Don't pick the most exotic, crazy plant that is going to be super hard to grow and even great gardeners have trouble with. This plant right here is called a mother of millions. Now, I think Martha brought home one leaf, and it ended up in the scrawny little pot in the greenhouse. And when summer came, I brought it outside and sat it on the table. Now, if you will look, there were some empty pots where things maybe didn't grow or I didn't need them. And she just dropped babies off. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Didn't need much dirt. Anybody can grow these. I promise you too can have a green thumb. Absolutely, I promise anybody can grow these. Succulents are really easy to grow. I have one extremely important tip that I need to share with you. The biggest reason that people kill their plants is because they give them too much love. Most people overwater their plants. And most of the plants that you have or you buy, they need water, yes. But wait until that pot dries out before you give it more water. Don't just, water it willy-nilly whenever you think about it. And finally, what I have to say about plants that I find is so cool, that we were made in such a way. We need plants, guys. We have to have plants. Plants breathe out oxygen. They manufacture oxygen into the air for us to breathe. And the really cool thing is that we breathe out carbon dioxide, which is what they breathe in. It's a wonderful, beautiful, symbiotic relationship. Tell me down in the comments what your favorite thing is to grow. Another thing, and another thing, and another thing.